SRI SAI SATCHARITA Chapter-20 part-3 Unique Method of Teaching. From the above incident, the reader will see that Baba's method was unique and varied. Though Baba never left Shirdi, he sent some to Machindragarh, some to Kolhapur or Solapur for practicing sadhanas. To some he appeared in his usual form. To some he appeared in waking or dream states, day or night, and satisfied their desires. It is impossible to describe all the methods that Baba used in imparting instructions to his bhaktas. In this particular case, he sent Das Ganu to Ville Parle, where he got his problem solved through the maidservant. To those who say that it was not necessary to send away Das Ganu and that Baba could have personally taught him, we say that Baba followed the right or best choice. Or how else could Das Ganu learn a great lesson that the poor maidservant and her sari was pervaded by the Lord? Now we close the chapter with another beautiful extract about this Upanishad. The ethics of the Isha. One of the main features of the Isha Upanishad is the ethical advice it offers, and it is interesting to note that the ethics of the Upanishad are definitely based upon the metaphysical position given in it. The very opening words of the Upanishad tell us that God pervades everything. As a corollary from this metaphysical position, the ethical advice it offers is that a man ought to enjoy whatever God bestows on him, in the firm belief that as he pervades everything, whatever is bestowed on him by God must be good. It follows naturally that the Upanishad forbids us from coveting another man's property. In fact, we are fittingly taught here a lesson of contentment with one's own lot in the belief that whatever happens is divinely ordained and hence it is good for us. Another moral advice is that man must spend his lifetime always in good action, specifically the karmas enjoined in the Shastras with resignation to his will. Inactivity, according to this Upanishad, would be the canker of the soul. It is only when a man spends his lifetime in doing actions in this manner that he can hope to attain the ideal of Nashkarmya. Finally, the text goes on to say that a man who sees all beings in the self and sees the self as existing in all beings, in fact, for whom all beings and everything that exists have become the self. How can such a man suffer from infatuation? What ground would such a man have the grief? Loathfulness, infatuation, and grief verily proceed from our not being able to see the Atma in all things. But a man who realizes the oneness of all things, for whom everything has become the self, must ipso facto cease to be affected by the common foibles of humanity. Page 169 to 170 of The Creative Period by Messrs. Velvalkar and Renardi. Bow to Sri Sai.